What is up, everyone? It's your girl Chynna, aka ChynnaWynna, and welcome to my castle. Today we're going to be seeing what do people say about you behind your back. Okay, I was lazy today and didn't find anything for y'all to pick, so we're going to use an emoji instead. So pile 1 is the red circle emoji. Pile 2 is the purple circle emoji. And pile 3 is the orange circle emoji. Okay, so we're going to do P&P, pause and pick your pile. And when you do, I will see you there. What is up, my pile ones? If you chose this red circle emoji, then congratulations, you have found your pile. And we're just going to get right into what people say about you behind your back, okay? So first we have the Knight of Swords. Air sign energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles, which is Virgo. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles, which is earth sign energy, Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Princess of Wands, which is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And the Three of Wands, which is Aries. Okay. So people behind your back, people are always talking about how you always find a way, if that makes sense. Like, you're somebody who likes to talk about how many ways there are to make money, but you're still not the type. You're like the legit finding legit ways to make money. You're not the type that's gonna try and scam people or gonna try to introduce people into how to scam others. You're like, yeah, I know about this job, I know about this opportunity, this work from home job, this, whatever job, whatever career. It's like you guys just know so many avenues and ways to make money, and some not even like jobs necessarily. For some of you, it's even like a sense of, how do I say it, like from the government, how to get government help, like things of that nature. You're very like finance savvy, if you will. And people are always talking about how helpful you are, and they consider you to be like literally the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Finances, somebody who can just attract all of these opportunities, somebody who, if they don't necessarily have it all together at one moment, they like keep the faith that, okay, I will get it together. There are too many opportunities out here for me not to. But yeah, so, and with the Princess of Wands and the Three of Wands on the bottom of the deck, that is literally the energy emphasized of like, still having faith, still being excited regardless of like, even if your finances don't necessarily match that kind of excitement, you know what I mean? And a lot of people talk about they feel like you have, like, you're wealthy, and you might not necessarily even be wealthy, but they genuinely feel like that because they're like, somebody with so much knowledge and somebody willing to like spread so much knowledge has to be making bank or something like that, you know what I mean? But in any case, you're the type that's like, man, life is too short for everybody to be struggling and not being able to do what they want to do because their finances aren't, together, or their finances don't allow them to be able to live their best life. You're like, life is way, way, way too short. And you're also the type that's like, if I have it, I want other people to have it. And, people automatically see this in you. And there is no kind of like animosity. Well, of course, there's always some haters, but for the most part, the people that are talking behind your back are people that you've helped or people that you've motivated. Those are the ones that are speaking on you the most, because it's like they see your vision. They see that you want to spread like whatever knowledge you want to help people the most, and you're like excuse me, but love just ain't enough sometimes. Sometimes people need that help, that knowledge, that financial knowledge. Like, I can't always be listening to people saying how they're struggling and then just be like, oh, well, that's tough. I hope you figure it out. I'll pray for you. You're like, that's just not enough sometimes. If I know it, why wouldn't I say it, basically? But let's look at Oracle. So first we have peace. Yeah, you all, that's what I was saying. You all are like, money definitely equals peace, you know, for a lot of people. The case for most people is why they don't have peace is because they're working so hard to try to make ends meet, to just do the bare minimum to survive. And so they're not even able to be stress-free because they're, you know, while you're trying to work to be stress-free, you have to work towards survival first. And when you most of the time they can't make it past survival, so they're just doing that and can't find peace. So you all are like, nope. Like, you're like, this is not what life is supposed to be about. You're like, I just refuse to believe that. And we have imagine. So people are really like, you make people think bigger. So, and that's what people say. People are like, oh yeah, Pile One, you know, gave me this great idea about this one opportunity, or they gave me this one idea about one of my hobbies that I could turn into a business and things of that nature. They gave me all of these connections. And that's another thing. People are talking about how many connections you have. And people are really, really curious, like, how does Pile One know all of these people, do all of these things? How has Pile One helped all of these people? And a lot of people feel like you aren't mentioned nearly as much as you should be. Like, you know, people feel like you should be borderline famous from how many people you've helped and how many people you've motivated and gotten on the right track. But that's not what you're interested in regardless. And then we have a change in the wind. So, like I said, this is what you do for people. And it's like you make people think outside the box too. So, you know, people sometimes are thinking like, oh, there's only a certain amount of possibilities, you know, when it comes to making money. A lot of people feel like they have to stick to the basics and they can't be adventurous with what they're doing or with how they want to make money. But you're like, you know, it is possible to make money and to be able to live like a good life, be able to have fun. And you all are definitely like, okay, sometimes you have to take risks and like be willing to like quit like a job or somewhere you're not happy at and go into something that either you are kind of, you don't hate, basically. So you're like, okay, you might not like this either, but this is an option that you probably won't hate as much as you hate your other job, but you have to be willing to give that other job up, you know, things like that. And then we have no place like home. You vouch for the stability that you can find like just within yourself when it comes to imagination. Like, that's a big thing. That's a big thing for you and other people, is like the imagination part. Is like you feel like a lot of jobs suck the life out of people, and just society in general suck the life out of people to the point where they can't even fathom making money outside of the, you know, 9 to 5 or outside of like hard labor, things of that nature, you know. So for you, it's like there are other things, and all these other options, you think you don't have no other options, and they're all in your mind already. The opportunities are already there. And on the bottom of the deck, we have buy the book and go the distance. And this is exactly what I explained. Everything doesn't have to be so mundane, so monotone, so by the book. And even so, it can still be legit as if it's by the book, you know? Like, it can still be fun with go the distance, and it can be legit. And you can actually be very successful. Okay, y'all the plug then, huh? Let's see. Do I have anything else for what people say behind your back? Oh, and above all, I can't believe I didn't mention this, that people consider you to be an extremely loyal friend. Extremely loyal. I thought that was kind of obvious considering you're the type, like I said, if you have it, you got to make sure your people have it. And you are the type that you don't just bring information to people, just vague information, to your friends, family, whoever, or even strangers. You bring information that is tailored to them. So if you know, oh, my one friend, she's very good at crocheting, knitting, you're like, hey, you could open up this kind of business, or hey, this person needs somebody to knit them this, or whatever the case may be. So you bring like niche kind of opportunities to your people. Okay. But I think that's all that I have for you today, my pile ones. If you're gonna pick another pile, I will see you there. If not, like if you want to, comment if you want to, subscribe if you want to, maybe even share, and I will see y'all next time. Bye. What is up, my pile twos? If you chose the purple circle emoji, then congratulations, you have found your pile. And we're just gonna get right into what people say about you behind your back. Okay, so first we have the Princess of Cups here, which is water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We have Temperance, which is Sagittarius. Okay, and then we have Six of Wands, which is Leo energy. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Devil, Capricorn, and Aquarius. And we have the Five of Pentacles, which is Taurus. Okay, so pile 2, you all are just so precious, but so like feisty, you know, so diligent, so small but mighty, kind of. And that could be either physically or just like small, like cute. Some of you might like very much dislike to be called cute because you're like, but I'm grown, like. But I'm sorry, that is indeed what a lot of people are saying about you behind your back. The Devil and the Five of Pentacles being on the bottom of the deck is like probably the most, like, you guys, what very much gave me small but mighty is because you all, you know, you can walk headfirst into danger and then be able to walk out, not necessarily unscathed, but like without your resolve wavering, you know. Like, you all are extremely brave, but you all are patient and you all are calm. So it always shocks people how you will get into it when you got to get into it, you know what I mean? And with the Five of Pentacles, it's like you all accept like the results, the effects, the consequences of your own actions. You don't blame them on anybody else. And this is why you guys are actually able to bounce back pretty fast. You all can turn like a very undesirable situation into something that like works out for you. With Temperance, it's like, you know, okay, look, I wasn't even really looking at the cards. I was just just chatting. But with Temperance here, this is you, or I mean, debatable either way. Okay, let's say these are you. So the little itty bitty ones, these are you, and it's like these little small ones can eventually catch up to this big one. So it's like, no matter how small you might be, or how much people, I guess small as in how much people underestimate you, at the same time, you prove them wrong every time. So whenever you go through something, or whenever you choose to do something that's seemingly like a little crazy, a little nuts, like, people are always like, dang, to be honest, I didn't think Pile 2 was going to make it. Like, I didn't think Pile 2 was going to get through that. I thought Pile 2 was going to be down bad for like a very long time, but they recovered like faster than I thought. And with the Princess of Cups, you still remain like, you still have a kind of, I don't want to say childlike, but innocent. We'll say you still have like a innocent kind of view of certain things. Certain things like, I'll say love, for example. No matter how many relationships you've been in that may not have been like great, you all still are like, one day I'm gonna have my whole Prince Charming type of thing. One day I'm gonna live happily ever after. Like, that's what I mean by like innocent with the Princess of Cups there. But let's get into some oracle. Let's see what else we got. So we have chop wood. This is what I meant by you all like willing to take the consequences and like, you know, accepting the results of your actions, or accepting what you need to do, what you need to learn. You all are pretty disciplined. And I also get that with the devil, because the devil is ruled by Saturn. And Saturn, you know, talks about discipline and responsibility and things of that nature. You all will take responsibility. That's why, you know, even though some of the things people say behind your back are along the lines of you're always getting into something, like you're always getting yourself into something, that really, they can't say that you don't take responsibility. They can't say that you don't handle your own business. They can't even say that they really know your business, aside from the fact that you be getting into a lot of stuff. Because, you know, you don't really tell too many people. You don't even complain. You're like, hey, I know I got myself into this. I pretty much, and a lot of time you all know what's going to happen when you go ahead and take a risk, or when you go ahead and jump into something that you may not have no business getting into. You're like, well, you walk back down these stairs like, well, I did that. The intrusive thoughts won that day. That's what it feels. That's okay. There it is. It's the intrusive thoughts for y'all. Y'all are people who like act on a lot of your intrusive thoughts, whereas most people would choose to just kind of, you know, ignore them. You know, that's a normal person thing. You're like, no. You're like, nah, what's stopping me at this point? Like, that's y'all. We have here and now. Yeah, the YOLO energy, right? This is what I'm talking about with the, like, what's stopping me? Why not? What does it say on this flag? Oh, you are here. Yeah, you all are like, why not? Who's going to tell me not to? That's the problem. You're supposed to be telling yourself not to, but instead y'all are like, yippee, let's do it. And we have the fates, which is also what I was saying, that people at the same time do feel like you are very precious, and that babies and fools, that's what a lot of people, especially your family, might say about you. They're probably like, babies and fools. The universe takes care of them. The universe be watching after them, because like I said, a lot of people have no clue how you're able to make it out of the situations you make it out of. And for some, they do see you as coming out unscathed. For others, they're like, you know, things really could have been worse for you. Like, how did it not blow up in your face? And a lot of the time people might try to, or like your family might try to keep you from, you know, doing certain things, but you're like, nah, I'm gonna do what I want. Like, and they try to appeal to you like, oh, well, what if this happened? What if something bad happens? What if this happens? And you're like, well, then it happens. Life goes on, you know, like, so what? Y'all are funny. This is giving major Sagittarius vibes, indeed. Leo vibes, like, I'm gonna do what I want, I don't care. This is my life, center of attention type thing. Capricorn, I can do bad all by myself. Okay. Then we in Aquarius with the outside of the box, like, just, then we have time to go. So, look, this one has stairs too, just like the devil. And what did I say? I was saying that you go into something, and then after you did what you did, you go back down the stairs and you're like, well, that happened. Well, could have been worse. Well, that wasn't as bad as I expected, you know, that kind of thing. So it's like, at times you can haul your little behind up out of whatever situation you have gotten into, once it really sets in that, oh, yeah, this ain't going too well. But for the most part, a lot of y'all will stick it out through the end like you're in some kind of movie or something. And it's just like, why did you do that to yourself? And your answer will be, oh, I wanted to see what was going to happen. Like, you're like, even if I knew it was going to happen, I wanted to see it play out in real time. Like, that just does something for you. You guys are chaotic. That's for sure. That's another thing people say behind your back, that you're chaotic. And a lot of people are saying it in a like the Princess of Cups and the Fates, like, oh, it's like precious, like, bless their soul kind of thing, bless their little heart. Other people are saying it like they're chaotic, like to the point where they're like, I don't know, like, if anybody was to end up in jail, it would be Pal too. That's what it's giving. And on the bottom of the deck, we have Buy the Book and Go the Distance. I don't know how. I shuffle these cards, and this is the same bottom of the deck as another pile. I'm not going to say which one, but yeah. But as far as Buy the Book and Go the Distance goes, you all, this is you taking responsibility, you know, being the bigger person, because even if you are getting into a situation and you are considered naive for getting into it, you all, you know, show that you are an adult, or show that you're responsible, and, you know, go through the motions. But with Go the Distance, it never stops you. It just never stops you at all. The consequences, you're like, so who cares? There are consequences even when you make good decisions. So, but I think that is all that I have for you today, my pile twos. If you're going to pick another pile, I will see you there. If not, like if you want to, comment if you want to, subscribe if you want to, maybe even share. And I will see y'all next time. Bye. What is up, my pile threes? If you chose the orange emoji, I almost forgot which one was yours. The orange circle emoji, then congratulations, you have found your pile. And we're just going to get right into what people say about you behind your back, okay? So first we have Death, which is Scorpio. Then we have the King of Cups, water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And then we have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, which is more water sign energy. Jeez. If y'all are water signs, just say that. I was getting big Pisces in energy too. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Swords, which is Aquarius, and the Moon, which is more Pisces energy. Okay. So, let me show it a little bit. There we go. So, people say that you all are toxic. Some people are saying that you are toxic behind your back. And I'm getting that this is mainly because you all you all can detach and flip the script so easily when you get ready to. But on the same token, it's like only when you get ready to will anything happen in a relationship and a friendship. It's like you are like the puppet master, and a lot of you have to be in control, and that's the only way you feel secure. But there's a lot of people that are like, they just don't understand how you could be so charming, why they can't leave you alone. And you all very well may be the type to say, oh, you not gonna leave me alone until I want you to leave me alone. We're not done until I say we're done. Which is toxic. Okay, I'm just gonna put it out there. It's toxic. Look, I'm not judging you, I'm just saying it is. So, but with Death, this is what I mean. It's like you all can flip the script. You all can change like miraculously. You all can be one person one day, different person the next. Like, it just depends on your mood, depends on your vibe. It depends on the energy the person is giving you, and that depends on, you know, I mean, that dictates what kind of energy you will give back. And like with the Six of Swords and the Moon, it's like there is really no telling what you're going to do next. There's no telling how things will move forward, how things will progress when it comes to you. People don't know what you're going to say. People don't know what you feel. People don't know what you're going to do. But all they know is that you make it sound good. You make them feel good. You make them make things sound good, like you are charming. Only with the King of Cups, I'd say some of you are indeed kind of abusing your emotional depth and awareness. Some of you are. Now look, I ain't the one to judge. Who am I to judge you, right? Spirit to get y'all correct, all right? That ain't none of my business. But others of you are not necessarily doing this on purpose. This is just how you've always operated. Goes down deeper with, like, you know, father, mother wounds, all those kinds of things. Childhood, inner child issues, like, it's bigger than just malicious intent. It's not about that for a lot of you. But either way, behind your back, people are indeed calling you out, telling you that, saying that you are toxic, saying that they don't know how they're going to leave you alone, saying that they want to leave you alone, but they just can't. And you know, a lot of times people will focus on, you know, what it is that you say, but really they need to be worried about what you're not saying. Because there's a lot of things that a lot of stuff you omit, a lot of feelings you omit and don't want to be vulnerable about, so that you don't get hurt, to protect yourself and all those things. But those are usually the most important. But I digress on that. Let's get into some oracles. So we have round and round. It's like, if you don't want to let somebody go, you just won't. And it's like they won't even necessarily, for some of you it is like a kind of thing where you make it very clear, like, oh, you're not going anywhere, unfortunately. Like you're not going anywhere. And for others of you, it's more subtle. You make people feel like, that's where the detached part comes in that I was talking about. You make people feel like they have the choice of leaving. You make people feel like they can, and that you wouldn't necessarily care. But in reality, you're doing some kind of emotional, spiritual, not saying you're doing like rituals or stuff. Now, if you are, hey, you need to stop that. That's where I draw the line. But for others of you, it's just a matter of thought. Like, it's just a matter of feeling and thought for you, where if you in your heart or in your head are like, yeah, this person is not going to leave me alone until I want them to, that's literally what happens. Even if on the outside the person feels like you don't care, or if the person feels like they can do whatever they want, they just somehow still have this loyalty and commitment to you that they just can't get past. Y'all are powerful. I will say that, y'all are powerful. We have all that glitters. And this is what I was saying about you all being charming and making things sound good with the masks here and everything. It's like you all are very charming. And you guys, you have a way with words. However, like I said, with the card, all that glitters is literally about, like, everything that glitters isn't gold. So the things, the little shiny and charming things that you're saying and telling them, these people, you know, they are thinking about it over and over again in their heads. They're telling other people what you said to them. And they're like, yeah, Pile 3 said this to me, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, whole time, the reality is not that you necessarily have been lying. You just haven't been telling the whole truth. That's what the case is. So a lot of these people are kind of enamored by the mask, or like just the first level that there is to you, because you all are very in-depth people. You, like, all this water here, yeah, you all have a lot of layers. But that first layer is what's getting people caught up. They haven't even made it past. A lot of people have not made it past the first layer. And then we have orphaned. So, you know, at the same token, people are saying that they don't feel like they're very connected to you. Like, they feel like they're more so trapped or attached to you rather than actually connected to you. Now, this is not the reading for this, but boy, would I have a lot to say to y'all, like, Pile 3. Like, I'm just saying, like, the whole orphan thing. They still feel like you know, you could talk and talk and talk, and they'll feel like they haven't learned anything, or they haven't really heard anything, or that they still don't really know you. And like I said, that's that all that glitters thing, where you will omit certain information. Some of you literally just do a diary of the mouth, but it's still all very calculated, to where you make people feel like they've learned a lot and they have not learned a thing, or make people feel like you're opening up and you have not. I'm not judging you. It may feel like I'm judging you. Don't feel attacked. I promise you I'm not judging you. Pile 3. And we have breathe. I think this is actually what I mean when it comes to not only just how in-depth you are. People know this. People know that you all are emotional, and people know that you all are sensitive, and in the best way, I'm saying. People often feel like no, that's your thought. You feel like you're much too deep. So much so that you don't even give other people a chance to even see if they can swim. You're like, nah, you're gonna drown automatically. Just, no, you can't handle it. Now, don't take that the wrong way, okay? Just thought I had to say that. Pause on that. Anyways. But yeah, so and couple that with orphan, it's like people say that they wish you would open up to them more. If they're going to be kind of attached to you, they just would like wish that you would open up there. Because a lot of times people are wondering, they're like, well, why is Pal 3 keeping me around? Why does Pal 3 want to keep me around? And they don't even seem to really want to open up with me. They don't really seem to want to really have a real connection. Like, what purpose do I serve for Pal 3? Essentially is what a lot of people say. And on the bottom of the deck, we have Not For You and Higher Power. It's funny, I said Spirit was going to get y'all all the way together. That was this pile I said that in, right? But either way, we have Not For You. Some of the people you all get into it with might not be all too good either. But either way, you all kind of just, you know, well, other people just kind of feel like you're playing them, like you're playing a game constantly, and they always feel like you're winning. They always feel like you have the upper hand. And with Higher Power, that, like I was saying, that's literally how they feel. They always feel called back to you. They always feel like they can't escape you. Like, you know, sometimes you might feel like you're like, I feel like a lot of people would just tell you that. That's not even some people might say behind your back only. People will tell you like, oh, I just feel like I can't get away from you. And you might be like, you're dragging it, like you're being dramatic at this point. But no, like that's literally what's going on with these people. Some of you know, others of you don't. I'll give that to you. But I think that is all that I have for you today, my Pile 3s. If you're going to pick another pile, I will see you there. If not, like if you want to, comment if you want to, subscribe if you want to, maybe even share. And I will see y'all next time. Bye!